Start again.
Nah, we're live.
We're live. We're here. But before we get to this,
Hello.
hey,
GIJoe.
welcome. We are back for the fifth and final installment in today's streams. I am joined by Ronnie Trickshot, Xazyl, Nate, Frostbites, GIJoe Repro, aka Lenny, and we are waiting for Jonny, and I can see that he is backstage, so let's bring him in. There we go.
Hi, the link wasn't working. I actually get it again from Zaz because it wouldn't let me in.
There was always going to be a little bit of chaos.
Yeah.
Your computer.
Sorry, sir, not with those shoes.
Only had one shoe.
Agents of Chaos, if ever we weren't none. So yes, we have made it to the end. And today is a special day here in Australia. It is Anzac Day. For those of you who aren't familiar with it, who might be living abroad, it is a day where we commemorate the Anzacs, who are the Australian and New Zealand members of the military. And it is a very poignant day here in Australia. And a big part of that is mateship. And my dog's barking in the background. Don't mind him.
He agrees.
Here's my mate. Be quiet, please, mate. So, thank you to Xazyl for putting this all together and getting us all assembled. Means a lot. And, this is only my second live now. I've procrastinated in doing this and, put it to the back burner. But it is time to continue on with that. And today, we're going to be talking about toy tubers, of which there are some here, lo and behold. And we're going to be talking about our favorite toy channels on YouTube and why they are our favorites. So we'll start with you, Aaron, because you have a channel, even though you don't use it, and you are obviously part of Lenny's show. And
seriously,
I know that you peruse these channels like the rest of us. So let's jump right into it, man. Go for it.
They took Robolinda 2 down. I was gutted when that happened. I don't know if you guys know who Robolinda 2 is.
No.
I just don't fit in, boys. I just don't fit in. Robolinda 2, he used to post endless videos of classic cricket matches. And the Australian Cricket Board
Aaron doesn't get it.
hammered him with copyright infringements. So he had to be shut down. So since then, I've been watching toy YouTubers. There's one that I watch quite frequently. His name is Frostbites GIJoe Repro. He's a bit of a weird cat, but from time to time when I come across his video on a Tuesday night, him and his two mates, bit odd, but I tend to enjoy that. What else do I like watching? I like watching a bearded fella by the name of Xazyl. Not sure what kind of name that is, but I'm sure he's explained it a million times. He's a good dude. And I've just recently subscribed to another guy, the Retro Tinker or something. He does sneakers. He does shoes. Very good shoes. No, but with all seriousness, though, there's one guy who sort of got me into watching toy tubers, and that is Jay Bartlett, and he doesn't just talk about toys, but he also live streams himself playing video games, and that's okay. It takes all sorts. But some of his Friday night tier lists where he goes through different figures, different subsets, and so on and so forth, been very entertaining. So Jay Bartlett, definitely one of my friends, not one of my friends, but one of my favorite YouTube channels. So if you haven't watched Jay Bartlett, if you haven't caught up on some of his tier lists, particularly with the GIJoe stuff, it's well worth going back and. Are we happy with that?
What happened just then? Something just bomb out then?
Like a phone noise or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I heard something. We're all still here. That's the main thing.
Yeah,
Jay Bartlett. Yeah, good dude. Jay is, and great content on his channel.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Sorry to
Is
bring
he
up
part of a gang?
Not really.
Hey, Lenny?
Wolfpack of one.
Oh, like the people we've talked about earlier. Is he part of some roguish toy gang?
No, he has his own thing.
He has guests on, but he's mostly about the toys, and he's really laid back. He's a Canadian dude, and he just goes live, and he's a very positive individual. He entertains all comments. He interacts quite frequently with his subscribers. He just puts across a really good sort of laid back sort of style. It's just it's fantastic. Love watching it. So,
very, very true, mate. Okay. Very laid back.
Yep.
Xazyl, give us yours, mate.
Well, I agree with Ronnie Trickshot's. Jay Bartlett is a great individual. Seems very sincere, like a very genuine person, good bloke. And I feel like if I can have a beer with someone, then that's a good indication of how much I think I enjoy their company. So I agree with that one wholeheartedly. Yeah, great guy. I'll give another shout out to Cambo. It's just started out. This whole thing came to play, as I've mentioned on previous streams, because of Kiwi GIJoe Customs and Collections. So I'll give you a shout out, mate, and I want to thank you for giving me this idea to put together this League of Legends and spend our day doing this. I know that you've had some rough times, bud, but we hope that there's light at the end of the tunnel there and things come good for you and the family. Tough times when you lose someone, but you start to. And I've lost someone recently too. I lost my mum, and after the sadness subsides, which is hard, which is very difficult, you start to think more fondly back on the good times. So I hope that you and your family will be looking back on good times and have fond memories there. But moving on from that, and do please check out Kiwi GIJoe Customs and Collections. I want to give a special shout out to Phil, my buddy Phil from Treasures for Trigger. Now, that's another individual that has gone through some hard times. But I'll tell you what, this guy is the most sincere, most kind, most generous person. We have nothing but love, sincere love for Phil. I found Phil by accident and haven't regretted it. He's got one of those styles in his videos where, again, very sincere, love to have a beer with Phil. But he utilizes... when he edits his videos, if something falls over, he doesn't re-edit it. He leaves it in, but he'll add a special sound effect and a little emoji or something out of the video. And in a time of my life where I think I needed a laugh, he gave me the biggest chuckle, and I'll always be sincerely grateful for that. And I've surrounded myself with a bunch of great people that I refuse to use the term friend of the channel. Right, these guys are sincere friends of me as a person, and that includes you guys here on the screen. I always like to hang out with people who I feel sincerely that I could hang out in real life with. Have a beer. If you don't drink beer, I'll also have a cuppa with you. and whether that be a cup of tea, a cup of coffee, or a couple of more beers, you guys are all, good, genuine folks. In fact, I've had a beer with Lenny, and he almost put me in the hospital for the amount of food that I tried to get. I tapped out. I couldn't do it. I couldn't keep up. But I do.
Somebody can't handle a steak.
It was so much bloody food. And I'm a big guy. No, I'm not a tall guy, right? Lenny is like way up here tall-wise, but I'm a hefty bloke. I feel like I can put away some food, but he put me to shame. He put me right. Yeah, he is like a brother.
I don't think I'll ever forget walking back to that train station, mate. Like, that did hurt a little bit.
It bloody hurt, mate. It was. I was in pain, and then I had to think like, oh man, I got to get one more mouthful in because otherwise I'm going to look like a right puss. But the walk back to the station, oh, it hurt. It hurt so much, and I couldn't sleep. I was in absolute agony. It was great fun though, and I put this down also, Lenny, to one of the most interesting and unique ways to meet someone for the first time is to absolutely bloody stuff them with food until they can't bloody walk. But
stake my dominance is taking people to all-you-can-eat Brazilian restaurants.
I had all I could eat. I didn't realize there was going to be more than you could handle. Should have been the name of it. More than you could handle food. But yeah, I include you guys in the statement, obviously. But I also have Adam from Go Figure, who's like a brother to me. Space Commander, who doesn't have a channel but is on my channel almost exclusively. And we've got TJC. We've got who am I missing? I always feel like I'm going to miss people. But all of these guys, if I've streamed with them, if I have them on my channel, if I've got any sort of rapport with them, those are the people that I try to push out to Gaz, of course, who's also on the channel. But Gaz could lead his own channel, and I reckon he would have. He's on mine quite a bit. But Gaz is one of those people. He's like Ray from Ghostbusters. He's like the heart and soul of our group, and I sincerely have a lot of love for him too. But there are people out there that I got to meet at Joe Fest that I'd only ever sort of either heard their voice or seen them on screen, and you don't really sometimes put a personality to a person. And I was very happy that the people that I did meet in person were exactly how I thought they were going to be. Podcasts from the pit, for instance. I've met the GIJoe Steve in person, which is another top bloke. And we're so lucky to have. He is a top bloke, number one. We're so lucky to have so many great people on the internet to give us not only entertainment but also genuine friendship and support. That in order, it's easy to overlook all the negativity and stuff because there's just so much great quality content out there. So I don't know. I think I've gushed enough over all my favorite people, and it's not just toy tubing. It's just people in general. But do check them out. Nate's, if you haven't seen, if I could get you guys to check out any one channel today, check out Nate's Jarhead videos. He showed them off today and broke one, but oh man, it's just hilarious. And Jonny's use of AI is the only AI form of entertainment that I actually like. So you're using it to your strengths, Jonny.
Using it for good.
Yeah, right.
Just know someone sent me a message just then. I was just going confirm, yes, because it was someone related to this, and I went confirm.
That's all right, mate. Yeah, Xazyl, look, you touch on some very salient points there, mate. And like, this is about not just toys, but and hanging out with like-minded people. But you develop a rapport and become friends with these people through the internet, and you are able to sort the genuine from the ones that you don't want being around you as well. And I know the word community gets thrown around a lot, but it does actually feel like that. You know what I mean? Like I haven't met Lenny in person yet, but I know when I will, it'll be just like, you know, talking to him on here. I've had the fortune or misfortune, depending on how you look at it, of meeting him, this guy here.
He pulled the Scooby-Doo mask off as a different person.
And, you know, what you see is what you get. You know what I mean? There's no false pretenses. He doesn't, you know, he wasn't just like a shy, reserved. Like he is exactly who you see here. And, you know, that's a good thing in itself.
Mischievous.
Oh, yes. Yeah, definitely. What about you, Nate? Like, obviously, I've only met you today and discovered your channel today, which is great. Like besides Xazyl, is there anyone else that whose channel you frequent or that you've come across even recently?
Well, all of the ones that Xazyl mentioned, I've watched them fairly religiously.
Yep.
Some other ones I like. Toy Polloy, he's the biggest toy repairer on YouTube.
Yep.
I really like what Toy Dominations. Dom.
Yes.
Yeah.
The way he just plays with his stuff. Like he was getting some new toy line anyway, and like that everyone's doing their reviews of, and it's like, how good is this? Yeah. And he's like, yeah, this is a great figure, or this is a great vehicle. Let's see how it goes in the mud. You know. And he's also like how he'll do stories from their, like when they've played their that sort of that tabletop sort of game that they do, but obviously on a bigger scale. And then he'll come up with dialogue and everything for it and tell stories. Like I think that's really good. I made this. He was in this earlier. Ollie over in the UK. He does. He makes stop motion, like claymation music videos for a living.
Okay.
So he's done videos for like Seven Dust and the Psychedelic Porn Crumpets and all sorts of things. And he'll do videos of his process of how he's going to do it. Also, some of his videos are just him sculpting like a figure that he wants to do. Like he did some Resident Evil ones out of clay and that, and did a short animation with them. He's also done a few toy repairs and things like that. His work is incredible.
Cool.
And like for someone who I found his channel fairly early on, and like obviously he's a professional, so like the quality of his videos is it's 100%. Like in general terms, it's just awesome.
Yeah.
Who else? Keep on collecting. Matt and Andrew from Keep on Collecting. They're just great dudes. They're having fun. I was lucky enough to meet Matt. Also, I met
Scotty Crusher.
Yeah, I met Scotty Crusher and Dino from Totally Tailored Retro Hunters. He's only just started out in recent months. He found his feet really quick. He's doing some really good videos. Who else? I can have a look here. VTR Dave over in the UK. He does really good fixes, like really good quality toy repairs and restorations, as well as he'll do like toy fair videos and stuff, like toy hunts and everything like that. And from all accounts, he's a really just very friendly, nice guy. Reynolds Reviews, Luke Reynolds. He's another one. Yeah, he just seems like a really good bloke, and he likes what he does, and he's always got something interesting. He was doing like weekly or twice weekly videos for a while there. He's taking a break at the moment, and he's going to come back and do kind of a bit less. But everything he does, like, it's all good. For someone who never used to really watch much YouTube, I watch it a lot now. It's right. All these people, and it is a struggle sometimes trying to keep up. And when you keep finding new people like you guys,
absolutely.
I found Frostbite a while ago, and I watched like a few videos and then fell behind, and then it's just like you always feel sometimes it gets overwhelming. You feel like you're trying to like just catch up, and so no, I just I've got to stop for a while and then sort of regroup.
It's not easy. It's not easy, like especially when we're battling like time zones too. If you're wanting to catch up on the American stuff, because a lot of it hits while we're asleep. I try and jam as much in like on road trips, like for work, or if I'm having a shower, I'll listen to something outside the shower, or wait till the wife goes to bed, and so I have the TV to myself. I can catch up then. But it's I think it's humanly impossible to catch up on every single stream, and then you've got, like, if you're watching some that go live at the same time as others, then it's a matter of picking picking which one you want to go, or you can sometimes split between the two. Completely understand where you're coming from.
When you find like just people that just seem like nice people as well, you just kind of want to support the channel as well.
Yep, absolutely, mate. Absolutely. All right, Lendog, over to you, mate.
I won't mention any names of channels because I don't want to leave anyone out. But generally, I'm gravitating more towards channels that are supporting me, like they're watching my content. So that naturally makes me want to go and watch their content.
Yeah. That's one way to do it.
It's all this thing, like I'm a small channel, and I am naturally gravitating towards other smaller channels, because I see with those smaller channels, you can see people really trying. I see a lot of bigger channels, and they're starting to become splits between assholes being rude to their subscribers, like calling them simple brained or whatever. This actually happened. If you don't know the story, but people like that, like, I just don't have any time for. And what you were saying, Nate, like when people seem like just genuinely nice people, that's who I've got time for, because it's not really the content. I don't know. I'm a bit weird. Like I'm not. So most of the time, I'm not watching videos because I'm interested in learning about mythic legions.
Right.
Like I watch people to support their channel and to make sure that they're not alone in their YouTube journey. I really like that support aspect.
You like a bit of banter?
That's what I want to spend my time doing, is helping other channels grow. So,
that also lends to who you are too, Lenny, as well. And I think not everyone in this realm. I don't mean, I'm not talking about present company, but I mean generally. I don't think everyone has that same kind of mindset. You know what I mean? I think some people talk a big game and they don't deliver. And then I think there's obviously people that are genuine and, believe in that community spirit as well. So I can definitely appreciate that sentiment.
Like when Xazyl said about 2 years ago, some of the Australian community, and I won't use the words he used, but he was disappointed in the Australian community for not following him. And I hadn't started my YouTube journey at that point, so I couldn't fully appreciate what he was going through, but I sure as shit do now. And,
right.
But I was when he said that it was a problem, I was making sure I was watching his videos, tuning in, doing as much as I could, because it's important to people.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want to be necessarily categorized as a woe is me, Aussie blokes wouldn't come and watch me, which it wasn't a matter of, because obviously our personalities are in play as well, but I think it was more, I was surprised at how little engagement these things got, right, from our side of things. And I was equally surprised at how many people from other countries would come in and be supportive. Because I thought originally when I started that only Aussies were ever going to tune in and watch what I did. And then I think it was, there were very, very few and far between. But Lilith as a commenter has been brilliant in a lot of these situations as well, being of great support. Oh, thanks, Phil. You may have missed all the nice words I said about you earlier, but I definitely plugged some good stuff. But I appreciate that, Phil. I appreciate that. But sometimes it is the comment section as well that are huge for making you feel like you're doing something good. So the Lilith is always there. Gaz is always there. People that don't have channels and may not want to have a channel, but show up. And they show up because they are genuinely good people that enjoy what you're doing. You also have to be mindful. Oh, I'm sorry, I've hijacked your part of the show, Leanie. But sorry. I'll stop. I'll back up. No, I get carried away.
I'm done. Thanks, Adam.
I was literally just about to say something about this comment before it appeared. I'll just show it. And this is. Hang on a second. I picked the wrong one. This one.
That's true too.
Shout out to KJ here, aka Black Genghis. He has a channel. He is getting things on the regular on that side of things. So go check it out when you're done here.
Good bloke,
good dude. But the key word here is replay. I was going to say that obviously life gets in the way of this stuff. This is a hobby. You know what I mean? And you can't, unless you're Mr. Beast, you're not doing this day in, day out religiously. You know what I mean? We all have commitments. And, going back to talking about support, even watching the replay, and I do this often with channels, even watching the replay it's something that goes sort of, unnoticed, I guess, so to speak. But that still is a big support for channels. So shout out to all the replay squatters out there.
Always appreciated. Because we're in so many weird time zones too. It's hard to catch everyone live. Sometimes they're at 3 a.m. for us. I've only gone and hijacked it again. I'll shut up now, guys.
Don't apologize, mate. It's all good.
I agree with this.
Well,
Actually,
Jonny.
It's funny.
Oh,
Phil couldn't join us, but man, that guy can watch some YouTube. He's been in every video.
Poor school kids just sitting there listening to us.
I can't join you. I've got to work.
There you go. There it is right there. There it is right there.
Xazyl
All the followers in the chat are as much
that's
part
the
of
rule.
this as those that have channels. But yeah, as I was saying, Jonny, over to you, mate. Let us hear your thoughts.
Yeah, hang on. Definitely unmuted because I was clicking in the background. The clicker. I don't watch a whole lot of toy-specific YouTube channels these days. I used to watch probably quite a bit of Transformers reviews and stuff like Engo's reviews or Bolt Matrix, any of them. But I've got pretty much all the Transformers I want now, so there's no real reason to watch more just straight toy reviews. So I tend to gravitate more to community-based channel stuff and people that have a good sense of humor and a bit of banter, and they're also inclusive of people of different hobbies and different likes. And so I tend to hang out and bother folks like Grindhead Jim Largo, Bill and Motu Jones are on Weird Fantastic Toys, Xazyl, who's up on the corner over there with his yellow hat, feeling very fancy with that yellow hat there. Wilhelm Toy and Hobby, who does the 118, and Philator, of course, over in Japan. And those guys have all basically gone from being just someone who passively watches the odd video maybe here and there to annoying them and making stupid cack-handed comments that they seem to tolerate for some reason. And over the last few months, I ended up doing talks individually for all those guys, and they all of them collectively have encouraged me to just keep being a weirdo outside of regular life and be the same weirdo online, you know.
Absolutely.
Weird is good, mate. Weird is good.
Yep.
I don't have a choice in it, but
We've all got our quirks, mate. We've all got our quirks. I just want to bring this comment up on screen from Will here. Be proud, guys. We were casting a GIJoe movie earlier, and unanimously Chris Hemsworth. God, I can't even. An Australian of me, I can't even pronounce his name. Was chosen for rock and roll. Now, I'm pretty sure Will is referring to a channel which is a toy kind of mood, which is Travis Moody, Tony's Figs, Bobby Bexar, and who am I forgetting? Oh, KJ, whose messages came up before.
Yeah.
4 main stalwarts of that channel. And funnily enough, when I was thinking of a topic to do on this channel today for this exact episode, I was going to talk to you guys about the film and us doing a fan cast, but I saw that they were doing it first, and I didn't try and steal their thunder because they would have got onto the topic before me anyway. But yeah, shout out to those guys because they're all good lads, and I like their channel. I'm a big fan of it. So when you get done, go over and check that out as well.
A side
In
note,
terms of go for it.
Yes, as a little side note, I've always maintained that Hemsworths are Australia's second biggest export, other than coal. We get them out of the big Hemsworth mines up around Byron Bay.
What's a Hemsworth these days?
You probably don't know this, Nate, but Adam is got some type of sexual attraction to the movie Extraction. So don't talk about him too much.
Great film. You didn't give a damn what you said, Lenny.
Now it started.
Don't make me go and get the Extraction. Lenny. Do it. I'll go and get it. But yeah, some other channels of mine that I rate and I support. That's my dog barking in the background because it's dinner time. You're going to have to wait. Anyway, B's Battleground, Bobby B, really nice bloke. He reviews figures. He's pretty much the benchmark reviewer in my eyes. He's straightforward, no bells and whistles. He breaks it down for you. He gets a lot of stuff early as well. So he's got quite a large following. But, you know, having spoken to him privately, there's no air of arrogance about him or cockiness. He's just a top bloke. So check his channel out as well. Tony's Figs, who I touched on when I was talking about a toy kind of mood. Tony's another great dude who I have, you know, a friendship with. He customizes the heck out of these things. You know, he was making figures of all the core Joe characters in the classified line long before Hasbro had even released them. And yeah, he's just a stand-up guy. So check out his channel as well. He's only just sort of started his channel up too, and he is breaking down how he does a lot of his customs and a lot of the little tricks of the trade, so to speak, that he employs and all that sort of jazz. So yeah, well worth looking into. My dog is distracting the living hell out of me right now. You're just going to have to wait. Be patient. He's like an old man, this dog. We're actually probably an hour past dinner time, even though it's 3:00 in the afternoon here. He needs to eat on the dot, or else he cracks the shits. I've never had a pet that is like this until I got that.
Well, his blood sugar's low.
The dog's taken out the internet.
Mate, Unreal. Who else have I got on my list here? Toy Connections, Ken. He popped into one of the chats in one of the other streams we were doing earlier. Another nice bloke. Makes really good quality videos on a plethora of different lines.
Yeah, love the toy.
It looks like he enjoys a drink, so he's practically Australian.
Yeah,
he is Canadian, and so you can probably speak to this more than I can, having met him, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw him at Joe Fest and at the airport. I've got many photos of me trying to keep him standing after having quite a few brewskis. Literally holding the little guy up like one of his puppets. He's a good dude, but yeah, he loves a beer.
Don't we all? Don't we all?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm not shaming him for that at all. I fully support that. I'm on board. I do want to, in case I forget, and I don't know why I would, but I want to give a special shout out to Hooded Cobra Commander 788, who's retiring from his channel. That doesn't mean that he's gone, guys. His channel is a great source of GIJoe reviews, and Brian as a person is absolutely a gem. And I hope to have him hang out at the Clubhouse to get away from some GIJoe chat and just talk about whatever interests him outside of Joe's. But I don't think it's sad that he's left, because he's given us a whole catalog of GIJoe stuff to look at.
Mm-hmm.
Hasn't he ever? He's a toy tuber OG as far as I'm concerned. Like,
right,
he's been around a minute. There's another one. We'll just throw that up. So
Great
Brian
guy,
will no
too.
doubt not be watching, but as you can see, the comments coming in and only back up what you've said, Xazyl.
Also, lucky enough to have met him at Joe Fest too.
And he seems like a really nice bloke too, like very genuine. Absolutely, Lilith. A decade is not to be sneezed at. It is a long time in the grand scheme of doing this. Who else have I got on my list? Well, it would be amiss of me if I didn't mention Lawrence from A Punk with Toys, because he is one of the guys that, sort of helped get me into this and has given me some guidance along the way. Lawrence is a bit of a lightning rod in this sort of world, but he speaks from the heart, and he's got a genuine heart. So, he might rub some people the wrong way, and he might not be everyone's cup of tea, but he means well, and he puts out good content, and it is constant, and he puts a lot of time and effort and energy into that. And as all of you know, that when it comes to doing this, it does take time, and it does take effort, and it does take energy. And I think a lot of viewers appreciate that, and I think a lot of viewers probably don't appreciate that. And you'll see that often in comment sections and things like that, and the key thing is that people forget is that they're getting this content for free, and
exactly
that is something that should never be lost on anyone who jumps on YouTube and wants to pop off about stuff. So, but those people are easily dismissed anyway, but just worth noting. I'm getting dry as hell, and I don't have any water here. So if I get a little husky, folks, just bear with me. What else? I pretty much covered everyone on my list. We already sort of
crossed the partners. So
the partners.
The partners that make dinner and shit while we do this.
Like the real people, not YouTube partners.
Real
What's the
partners.
matter?
Yeah, I'm like, which partners are we talking about?
Well, it's a thing, right? Like, you're talking about people like Lawrence helping you get tips and shit to make your channel.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, your missus is out there cooking your dinner and looking after the dog, supposedly.
Hang on a second. I'm usually the one that's cooking dinner, Lenny. You know this. I'm usually the one that's looking after the dogs, mate.
Come on,
you know
Adam.
this.
Come on.
Don't talk like this. You know this. She's working into the evening most nights.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is how you fire Adam up.
Such a smart ass. This comment. Name reveal. The partners.
I'm going to get that into your video, Will. The partners.
This is the kind of stuff my wife does for me.
Oh, that's
I
nice.
need a bear suit. Need a crochet
really
bear
like
suit for Skeletor. And she's like, I'm on it. She put this together in like an hour.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
That is the snuggliest Skeletor I've ever seen.
It is
Like
tactical
Snuggles
snuggie.
Battle Armor Skeletor.
Snugly tall.
Yeah, it's so great. It's like
Does
while
your missus do a channel, mate? Like, she should do a channel on those.
yeah, she should. She doesn't have a channel or anything like that. She just loves craft, any craft really. But because I've been doing like little toy news reports for Mo Tuesday and stuff, so I'll be just talking to her about like what ideas I want. So, and that one was literally like someone made a comment in a live stream about need a bear suit for Skeletor, and by the end of the live stream, she had one.
Wizardry.
I'd mentioned I was doing one where they were having like a bake sale, and I went and asked her, "Have you got some girly flowery fabric that I could make an apron for Skeletor?" And she's like, "Oh, hold on!" And like half an hour later, she comes back. She's like fully made one. It's reversible with pockets. It's all like sewn. So there's like professional level like little apron for Skeletor.
Wow. That's amazing.
Like, I was literally just
That's
like
the kind of shit I'd watch.
Yeah, well, it's I make that stuff for Mo Tuesday, and then eventually I'll release it on my own channel, just as a little promo for Mo Tuesdays. So it's all up there. Well, most of them are up there. The bear suit one hasn't been released yet because we only just did that on Tuesday, just gone now.
That's awesome.
Or if you want to see it, just check out the Mo Tuesday live stream.
Just release it on your channel already, Nate.
I've got a different one to release before that one comes out, I think.
Oh yes.
Yeah, it's sort of working out that we can release it on the Tuesdays where Mo Tuesday isn't happening, and then it's kind of like a little, sort of keeps the spirit going.
I do the same thing with fake ads I make for my weekly podcast video talks. I make Mate and Island, do all sorts of nonsense. And some of them are 2 or 3 minutes long. And I'm like, well, I might as well chuck it up as a separate video next week instead of wasting it.
Yeah, they're very funny.
Yeah.
Nate, this one goes out to you, mate. And if you don't get the reference, I will explain. But our friend Will here is like, make something for Falcon's face, please. Now, if you're not familiar, Nate, Lieutenant Falcon is a character in the Joe line, and he's quite beloved, like the V1 figure. The classified version, not so much. He's got a busted up head, and so he's been a bit of a sticking point for classified collectors. So that's what Will's referring to here.
Okay, make a balaclava or something.
Yeah.
Mate, if you can make a video to fix that head, I'm telling you, you're going to get views.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people have, come up with, like they've just done like head swaps or whatever and sculpted different things. But I haven't seen a single one that really goes, that's perfect. Not one. So something to think about. We are at the tail end of the marathon here, fellas, and I don't want to keep you guys any longer than I have to, and I don't want to, keep our international audience awake any longer than they need to be, or keep my dog eating before my wife gets home and yells at me.
You mentioned making your dinner, Adam, so you better get out there.
Might end up as a dog's dinner for him
Lenny.
too.
He's still at work. But yeah,
I needed
just want
that.
to say it's been an absolute ripper of a day, and it's been a pleasure spending it with you blokes and getting to know Jonny and yourself, Nate. So yeah, that's been a boon in itself, and you're mates now. You know what I mean? And that's what today's been about. It's about hanging out with your mates. So thank you to all of you for it. It's been a good day, and thank you to everyone that has joined this stream and all the other streams and seen it all the way through. It's been a hell of a ride, and I've enjoyed it immensely.
Yeah. Thanks for having me on. It's been great meeting all of you.
Yeah, thank you so much, guys. I had a great time.
Any last
thanks,
words,
Dad.
anyone else, before we head off? Anyone want a parting shot or a message or whatever it might be before I hit end stream?
Feed your dogs, please.
Lest we forget, not less or least.
Yeah.
Lest we forget.
Lest we forget. Absolutely.
And a quick final shout out to Kiwi as well that inspired us to all get together today. And we hope we can jump on your channel very soon in the future. Yeah. We'll tee up something.
Absolutely.
We'll tee up something for you, buddy.
Go the pies, Adam. Go the pies.
Oh yeah, the pies. The pies are currently. The game's still got on, isn't it? I completely forgot about that. Yeah. Don't tell me that they're losing. Don't tell me they're losing to the Bombers. Hang on a second. Hold the phones. Hold the phones.
Go sports.
We're talking
Go
sports. It's only it's early days. Early days. Down 7 points. It's all right.
Cool.
Yeah. Lastly, I hope everyone has, enjoyed their Anzac Day, the public holiday here, and I hope everyone keeps in mind what it's all truly about. Because it is as I said earlier, a very poignant day of remembrance in this country. So yeah, I'm going to call it here because the dog is literally crying now. 8-year-old baby hound. Thanks once again. Thank you to all the viewers. Check out everyone's channel. If you haven't already subbed to them, go and have a look. The names are right there, all around here, and all in the chats. And that is all, my friends. Until next time, I don't know when that's going to be, but until the next time, have a good one.